Imagine trying to watch TV, but every time you want to change the channel, you have to stand up, walk across the room, and physically turn a dial. Now imagine doing that dozens of times, every night. That was normal, until one invention tried to fix it and accidentally created one of the most annoying problems in television history. Because the first remote control didn't just change how we watch TV, it made televisions react to sunlight, lamps, and even barking dogs. Today, the remote control feels invisible. It's always there, sitting in your hand. Half the time, you're not even looking at it. But in the early days of television, there was no such thing. In the 1940s and early 50s, TVs were simple machines. You had a power knob, a volume knob, and a channel dial. That was it. And if you wanted to change anything, you became the remote. Kids were literally assigned the job of getting up and switching channels, which sounds small until you realize there were only a handful of channels and nothing worth watching half the time. So people flipped constantly, back and forth, up, down, over and over again. It was annoying, it was tedious, and eventually someone decided to fix it. In 1950, a company called Zenith introduced something new. They called it the Lazy Bones, and it worked exactly how you'd expect for 1950. It was a remote control connected to your TV by a long wire. A very long wire. It stretched across the living room floor like a trip hazard waiting to happen. And technically, it worked. You could sit on your couch, press a button, and change the channel. No walking required. But now you had a new problem. People tripped over the cable. Pets chewed on it, and it made your living room look like a science experiment gone wrong. So while it solved one problem, it created another. And Zenith knew this wasn't the future. A Zenith engineer named Eugene Poley had a better idea. What if there were no wires at all? In 1955, he introduced something called the Flashmatic. This remote didn't use cables, it used light. You would point the remote at your TV and shoot a beam of light at one of 4 sensors. Each sensor controlled a different function: channel up, channel down, volume, power. It was futuristic, elegant, and for the first time, wireless. This felt like magic, but there was one tiny problem. Actually, several. The Flashmatic didn't just respond to the remote, it responded to any light. Sunlight coming through a window, channel changes. A reflection from a mirror, volume spikes. A lamp turning on. Your TV might just shut off. Imagine sitting there, watching your favorite show, and suddenly the channel changes for no reason. Then again. People thought their TVs were haunted. But the strangest part? Some TVs would change channels when dogs barked, because certain sounds could trigger vibrations that interfered with the sensors. It wasn't reliable, it wasn't predictable, and for a device meant to give you control, it did the exact opposite. Zenith needed something better, so they tried a completely different approach. Instead of light, they used sound. In 1956, they released a new remote called the Space Command, and this one was strange. It didn't use batteries, it didn't use wires, it used mechanical clicks. Inside the remote were tiny metal rods. When you pressed a button, the rod would strike and produce a high-pitched sound, a sound humans could barely hear, but the TV could. Each button created a different frequency, and the TV would respond accordingly. Channel up, channel down, mute, power. No light interference, no wires, no sunlight chaos. Finally, it worked. Mostly. There was still one issue. Some everyday sounds, like keys jingling or certain high-pitched noises, could accidentally trigger the TV. But compared to before, this was a huge leap forward. Eventually, technology caught up. Ultrasonic sound gave way to infrared signals, then digital controls, then smart remotes,
And now, your phone can replace the remote entirely, or your voice. Turn on the TV, change the channel, play something. No buttons, no aiming, no effort at all. But it all started with a problem so simple, it almost feels ridiculous now. People didn't want to stand up, and in trying to fix that, engineers accidentally created TVs that listened to light, to sound, to the world around them. Until finally, they learned to listen only to you. And if you've ever yelled at your TV remote for not working, just remember, it used to be a lot worse. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends so you will receive more obscure facts and stories from the Mundane Mystery Files.